Hi everyone, welcome to Nick's Diecast. Today I'll be showing you and reviewing this 1/18 scale 2007 Lamborghini Murcielago LP640 made by Maisto. You can get this model today for around $30 to $45 on sites such as Amazon, Diecast Model Wholesale, and what have you. It comes in this nice metallic white color as well as an orange and I believe a yellow too. And Maisto also makes this model in 1/24 scale, which is smaller than 1/18 scale, in a sky blue color, and another one too. I'm not quite sure what exact color, but it comes in two different colors. And this model overall, in terms of detail, I think is very good, and especially for the price point as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We'll begin with the front of the model. We'll take a look at the lights. The headlight detail on this model was very good compared to other Maistos and other models of this price point. The bulb detailing, they actually use separate chrome pieces. Maisto does generally a pretty good job with their headlights, but if they do add detail, they usually just paint it on. But on this one, they actually use separate plastic pieces, which is really cool to see. And when the sun hits it in certain spots, it kind of looks like they're turned on too, which is a nice touch, I would definitely say. The Lamborghini badge in the center here, it's not a sticker, it's actually painted on. Wish it was a bit more three-dimensional, but you know, you get what you pay for, basically. These grills down here, they have a kind of like a plastic textured mesh feel to them. They aren't perforated or anything, and they aren't see-through, but they still look good, especially from a distance. The paintwork on this model, I would say, is incredibly flawless. The metallic just looks amazing, especially in the sunlight. The paint is well applied and applied smoothly throughout. There's a couple small bubbles here and there, like you see one up here on the side of the roof near the door, but you can't really tell unless you're staring right at it. If we move along to the side of the model, Maisto did a really good job with the wheels and everything. These do match the rims of the actual Murcielago LP640. The brake discs, I don't know, they just look a bit gigantic. I don't know if they're that big on the real car, but either way, they did a good job with detailing them. Maisto, they have a texture to them, and they have the little rivet holes on them. They do not spin with the wheels; they stay stationary. But on most Maistos, that is the case. And the brake calipers are nicely detailed as well, and they say Lamborghini on them. Turn signals, as you can see here, they're just painted on. They don't really look that good. I wish they kind of maybe did a separate plastic piece, but they are pretty small, so it probably would have been more cost effective to do this instead of doing it like a little plastic piece, which is okay. The mirrors are nice and sturdy. They're made of a solid plastic. All the intakes and vents on the sides of the car are functional. I can actually fit my finger in that one. They aren't just solid. Moving along to the rear, the taillights look very good as well. There's no pegs to be seen. There's no like bulb effect to them or anything, but they still look pretty good. This Lamborghini logo back here, or I'm sorry, this inscription back here, that's also painted on. It looks pretty good, despite the fact that it's not like three-dimensional or anything. The tailpipe back here, Maisto did a nice job with detailing that, especially with this chrome surround here. And you can see that there's an Italian license plate back here, as you can see with the letter I right there. And we do get these vents in the back and the rear too, like we do in the front. And this model does feature full suspension as well as steering. And the steering does stay in place when you turn the wheels. It doesn't just snap back like it does in some other Maisto models, which is kind of annoying. But this one, that's not the case. So in terms of opening features, we'll start here with the trunk, if I can get my fingernail in there to actually open it. There we go. Not much to see in the trunk. It's not carpeted or anything. Maisto did have kind of a rough texture to it, so it's almost like carpeting, but not really. And the dimensions and everything look pretty good. And they included a little vent back here as well. And there is actually a liner underneath the hood here. Most cases, Maisto just leaves it as bare metal, but on this one, they added the liner to it, which is a nice touch. There are a few kind of big gaps where the opening parts close, which is a bit kind of awkward, but it makes it easier to open because you can put your fingernail in there. Let's move along back here to the engine. open up this engine cover. Very good detailing overall on the engine. It isn't just one plastic piece. You can see actually all the way down to the bottom of the car. You can see that there's some chrome down there. The whole thing is textured with this rough plastic to simulate the carbon fiber that the real car would have. These Lamborghini inscriptions and these lines here, they aren't stickers. They're actually raised up plastic and they're painted, which is incredible to look at because they almost look like they're like real metal, especially from a distance. So Maisto really did a solid effort with this engine, and I'm really glad to see that. Yeah, from above you can see all the way down with like the wires and hoses and all that. It's just an incredibly detailed engine, especially for a $26 car. Let's close that up. And the Murcielago does include its signature rising doors, or scissor doors. So, and from the front, it just looks incredible with the doors up. So let's take a look at the interior now. It's a bit hard to get the camera in here because the angle the doors open up are a bit... Oh, there we go, a little bit more. Detailing on the seats is very good. Maisto did a nice job with the diamond stitch pattern. It's easier to see actually on the door panels. This diamond stitch pattern actually is continued onto the seats. And when you run your finger on them, they feel like they're made of like legit leather, which is a really incredible touch. In the center armrest here actually has that pattern on it too. The dashboard has a nice leather pattern to it. You can kind of see it in the corner where it's light. And when you run your finger on it, that also feels like it's leather. The center stack there aren't that many buttons on the real car, but the ones that are, Maisto did a good job with painting and detailing. The vents are painted as well, and they look very nice. Detail on the steering wheel, Maisto included the Lamborghini logo as well as the airbag symbol on it, and they added a nice texture to it, like a nice leather pattern. There's no like detailing on the floors or anything. It does have kind of a rougher texture to kind of, I guess, seem like it's carpeted, but it's not carpeted. There we go. There's a better view of the seats there. They did a really good job with the shape and everything too. But yeah, as you run your finger across, it has the nice leather feel to it. And they do move a little bit, but they don't fold down or anything. And there are seat belts. They're just kind of hidden in the center here. And Maisto made the pedals silver to kind of simulate that brushed aluminum. They didn't just do chrome pedals, they actually painted them silver. So it looks more like that aluminum effect, which is nice. See, overall, they did an incredible job on the interior. The door's a bit of a hassle to close, so you have to like hold it as you close it, or else it might not like meet up with the door jamb. Overall, this is a really incredible effort from Maisto. Let's look at the undercarriage as well. And on this one, surprisingly, Maisto didn't do chrome. They actually painted everything silver, as you can see here, and they added some gold in there as well too. You can see how detailed the engine is because you can see all the components from underneath the car here, and that's really just incredible to see the effort that they put into that. All the steering mechanisms, you can see them from underneath here as well. Overall, I would say that this is a solid model from Maisto. Other brands do make the Murcielago. Barago makes one, Motor Max makes one. I think Welly might make one too. And you can get, like the coupe like this one or the Roadsters. They're all different years and styles and all that. But I would say this one is good if you're looking for a Lamborghini for your collection, but you don't want to exactly break the bank, but you want it to look good. I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for a Lamborghini, but don't want to like spend too much money or anything, because it does look very nice for $26. Overall, I would definitely highly recommend purchasing this model. Thank you for watching.